Before I was born, my mother and father had a small apartment together. My mother told me once she went in the basement and saw a woman standing at the base of the steps just staring up at her, and then she just vanished. Then my father was in the shower, one with a sliding glass door that you can barely make out what's on the other side, when a large figure walked up to the other side of the glass and banged on it and making it blow out. My mother found him in a fetal position in the shower, covered in glass, and no one was around. That last one made them move out. He confirmed it happened, but doesn't like to talk about it. He's a relatively tough dude, so for something to scare him that much means a lot. Somewhere in between those two occurrences, they had came home to find absolutely everything moved over about an inch, but they realized what was going on. When I was a kid, I did yard work for this old couple. They told me that when they had moved into their house, they had to empty out a few of the rooms and closets of the previous owner's stuff. After that, they heard bumping sounds, like someone wandering around the house in the dark. They called the previous owners to ask if the sounds were a normal thing. "Oh, you emptied out the upstairs closet, didn't you? Just put the cane back in the closet so he can see where he is going. Without it, he just stumbles around, bumping into things and making noise." They put the cane back and the noise stopped. They left it in the closet for over 30 years until they moved out. I was hoping they'll clear the house. When I saw this cane, it was a pretty normal wooden cane with a rubber knob on it, but it had these scorch marks on the end, like someone used it to poke at a fire. I asked them if this was the cane. They smiled and nodded. So one night, on a spur of the moment, my best friend and my girlfriend and I went camping on the banks of a creek that I lived within 5 miles of. We grabbed a 20-pack of beer, some blankets, and some cigs and headed out in my piece of crap van. Good spirits. It was about a week to 10 days before Halloween, so it got dark on us quickly. We made haste and gathered firewood. The flashlights ignited a fire which rapidly got hot and threw off a lot of light, which allowed us to gather enough wood to chill and drink a couple of beers. We broke out the boombox and commenced having a good time. A few hours went by very quickly, and my girlfriend went to the van and went to sleep, although I don't know how, as it was pretty cold away from the fire. Anyway, my girlfriend's friend got off work at midnight and brought us more beer, though we didn't need it as we only drank about half of what we had initially brought. Those two got into an argument, and she left. We watched as her trail lights faded into the night. Then the weird crap started happening. This place was in the middle of nowhere. It was secluded, but we could see farmhouses from where we were. It was far enough out and cold enough where nobody would be screwing around anywhere near us. Our radio was as loud as it would go, but not for long, as I heard a distinct woman's voice from across the creek in a guttural way. "Help me!" I looked across the fire at my buddy to see him look as pale as sheepish as I felt. He turned down the radio before I could see anything. "Dude, did you freaking hear that?" were his exact words. He grabbed his cell phone as we both grabbed flashlights and shined across the creek. He called his girlfriend to make sure she didn't have to call her trouble down the road. She was already home. That was like a relief and more stress at the time. It wasn't her. So who the heck could that be? We stood there in the grip of fear. Light shined across the water. We didn't hear anything for what seemed forever. Just when then we hear about to talk about it or think about it. It was our imagination, you would think, but then we hear jitters or some crap. "Help me!" A woman that could have been 100 yards from the where we were standing, which was right on the opposite bank of the creek from where we were. We quickly shone our lights. We hit the play for help came from. There were nothing there. We both called out, "Hello? Where are you? Hello?" No ever response came. Being experienced in the outdoors, we both knew if she were being attacked or chased, there would have been other noises. We could hear like rustling in the fallen leaves, or as close as it sounded, some more cries for help, or twig snapping or something. At this time, whatever it was we had from the beer was long gone. We began gathering whatever we could grab, and I woke up my girlfriend and commanded her to start the van, and we, then we were leaving. She probably did so, and it was probably a good thing that she did, as what came next scares me to this day as an unexplainable "Help me" came from the very back of the van, which was the opposite direction of where the screams had been coming from as we were going to get the last of our stuff. Needless to say, we left the beer and radio and got the heck out of the Dodge. I had my girl get out of the way and burn the crap out, nearly in the progress. I drove the dirt road about 60 all the way out. This happened in October 2002, and I could not recognize what it was. I tried saying it was maybe coyotes, but they made a yiping bark or howl noise. There aren't mountain lions within 500 miles of this place, so it wasn't that either. Whatever it was, it scared two 21-year-olds into leaving a case of beer behind. Honestly, I don't think I want to know what it was, although I have a pretty good idea of what it was.